Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I am JT O'Sullivan. Today, Jared Goff, big playoff win at home. Fired up for this one. Let's get it going. Welcome to the QB School. Before we dive into the video, quick reminder, the Quarterback School Patreon community is a great way to support the channel. Not only is it cheap, but you get even more Quarterback School content. So if you ever wondered what it's like to be in an NFL quarterback room, all sorts of nuance, detailed depth about not only the quarterback position, but high-level offense and defensive football, you will love the Quarterback School Patreon community, usually long-form videos over there. So hop over there, join, become a member. The link is in the video description. I appreciate your support. As for this video, let's get into it. Jared Goff, Detroit, big win at home in the playoffs. Really cool, special moment. Break down exactly how they got there. I thought this throw was really impressive in the broadcast version. I think it's not necessarily less impressive in the All-22. I just think when you try to figure out what the hell the corner's doing running across the field, it makes things a little bit blurrier than maybe they should be. And what I mean by that is this is a well-designed, first of all, this is a well-designed offense in general. But this idea being that we're just ripping dagger down here to the bottom for a split field coverage. So you've got this run through, and really all this comes down to is we're going to run what I'm going to call counter action, or pulling the guard, or faking counter this way. You're trying to get these second level players to step up and then throw it right in that intermediate angle area behind it. And it's there. Okay, it's a big window. Whatever we're doing over here, I don't know. I'm not familiar with this technique. I'm not going to pretend to tell you that I know what the hell it is. It looks like he thinks that the inverted wing here is blocking, and he just goes full streaker mode across the field. You just don't see this very often. And so it looks like it's a super blurry throw, but really he's just like, fly by night going right through the window. There is I don't know what that is. And so it makes the throw look more dangerous than I think it is. I'm not familiar with that technique. It doesn't work. It's one of those things where I think Jared Goff throws this on time. Again, you can see the action. Watch those linebackers, 53, come up, whoop, throw it right behind him. But again, you see the DB on the other side, 44. He's just running. Like he, I mean, if he would have made that play, it'd be a world-class play. Goff kind of throws it over his head, but it definitely looks blurrier than I think it really was. Next one here, first and forever. We're going to run what I'm going to call double post up top and an over down here at the bottom with the number 1. I think 53 probably pushes a little far off. His, what I'm going to guess, is supposed to be the hook curl area, pushes almost to the flat. It creates this huge void over the defense. So watch 53 post motion. He's pushing wide. That creates this huge void. If you watch the channel, I love a good in or over right down the hash. This is a perfect example of it. Whoomp. I mean, that thing's a thing of beauty. Big chunk, middle of the field on first and forever. That's a hell of a completion. So again here, post motion here, and at the snap, I'll pause it. Even though this technically isn't double post, I know it's not two guys running static post like this. It ends up being double post for me, where it's post, and then we're ending up with this like rail or clear. And so where the ball's trying to go here on this over down here at the bottom of the screen, as we work over here, you're thinking this thing's going to hit over here. Well, it certainly helps when the linebacker type pushes to the flat and we have two players in the flat. So nobody in that kind of hook curl area, and it creates this big void where Jared can put it right down the hash for a nice chunk on first and 20. So a little confused, a little all over the place defensively here early for the Rams. Just a big void. Again, you can see two flat players up top. Pretty rare to see two zone players in the same, like on the numbers together. Creates a big void over the middle of the ball. Nice chunk. Big first down. Let's go from the back again. Just love the decisiveness that Goff is playing with, the rhythm. Check out the base. No heel click, got that back foot in the ground, ripping that thing with anticipation right around 37's ear. Whoop. Big chunk. big first down. Here we go. Next one here, touchdown run. I put this one on here mostly because it's a unique play. I'm seeing it more and more across the league. I'm used to calling this tackle long trap. Now it's same side ball handling, SRO, so screen run option. So there's a lot of moving parts here. Again, I think this offense is very well designed, excellent layered play calling, but also plays to the strength of this unit. Okay, so the offensive line is a big strength of this unit. The right tackle is a special player. This long trap action has been a thing in football for a long time. I think it's easier when it's from the guard because it's a shorter length that he has to go. But if you're going to ask the tackle to do it, so he's coming from farther, he's got to really go. You got to be an athlete to get across here, and you're essentially trapping the C-gap player. So you get this opportunity for a really nice vertical double team or combo right here. You get the S element, the bubble, so the SRO. We're going to block MDM down here. And then the other part about this, to make sure that I give the love to the perimeter guys, is that it's a really nice block by the wide receiver. He's got to dig in, dig out right here. We get a poor fit from the safety, and it's a walk-in. So again, first thing to just let wash over you is the right tackle. Dude's a special player. Watch how fast he comes across and traps this. Whoop. Now the other thing here is the ball handling. So same side ball handling. Sometimes when you're on the opposite side, so sidecar, and you run long trap, and it's tackle long trap, the back actually laps the puller. So he gets there first. Don't want that. So a nice way to kind of hedge that is to do same side ball handling, where you're going to fake like you're coming across. Then you really kind of let this guy go first with the trap and then come back into it. So just a lot of little subtle design elements that also play to the strength of the unit. So same side ball handling, nice kick out, beautiful vertical combo as well. Nice block by the wide receiver, poor fit from 43. Watch that left guard, left tackle, vertical double team. So boom right there, shoulder to shoulder, up to 53. And again, talk about kind of it's a very fine line, I think, for most people in ball about overcoaching the running back. I think the easy thing to tell running backs, coaching-wise, is to run through common color. So what does that mean? That means when we get this double team here, he's going to come off and be right there. So when he comes off, he's here, and we take over this thing. That's the common color. So you can see the lane here of common color, blue, that we're able to kind of come back across, right? We let that trap action go. So he's coming all the way from over here, trapping there, and then we're going to be able to hit that thing right through the common color with acceleration, and again, a poor safety fit, and this thing is a touchdown. It's beautiful design. It's awesome execution. It's the offensive line taking over. Run through common color. There it is. Then again, nice effort from 8 coming across trying to block 2. Get just enough of them. That's a hell of a play. Next one here, 2nd and 5. Jared Goff here looks like he's alerting into the play that he wants. It ends up being what I'm going to call double deep curl by the 2 wide receivers. Little play action. Goff almost gets turf monstered, ends up driving the ball. Nice completion down the field. Now, the thing about this, you can see how everybody puts their hands to their ears here, usually calling 2 plays in the huddle, get to the one that they want. I'm going to guess that Goff gets confused here and thinks that it's going to be closed, and it ends up being quarter, half. And so he kind of falls into this a little bit, because I don't know, there aren't a whole lot of instances where in quarter, half, you would want double curl like this for me. That's tough versus quarters, and that's tough versus half field. Now, versus closed, and again, why I think he thinks it's closed is because you see these linebackers moved over. So it looks like this guy's walking down here and we're getting to closed. Now, maybe that's just me, and this is what they want to do the whole time. My thing about it is, if you want this versus quarters, so this ends up being quarter, half over here. If you have this type of play where it's curl and then it ends up being curl, but I think the better play most teams would want to get to is what most people call a post read, or some element of post till you can't, meaning that we want to get to the post. If we can't get to the post, we hit the brakes on the curl. Now, usually you can only have one of the 2 do that, but that would be the case where if it's quarters, I want to take the post most often. The other thing the reason I put this on here is I thought this was pretty nice arm talent from Jared Goff, because he trips. So watch at the back of this thing. Where are you? right? He hits that right foot brake right there, but he's able to drive it. And again, it's a nice job from the wide receiver also coming back to the ball. And it turns into a chunk. I don't think it's necessarily exactly how they designed it to be, but it's a really nice job of Jared Goff making it work. Again, this is a bad feeling right here, right? Whoop. Look at that. I mean, that's an ankle. That's a fall down. That's a bad sack. Puts his foot in the ground, drives it. Great job coming back and beating that safety to the spot too. Nice little completion. Next one here, 3rd and 6. Thought this was an outstanding stop route up top. 14's got some wiggle, no doubt about it. But that's nice coverage. That's just a better ball. Great anticipation, accuracy, big 3rd down situational football. So Goff playing at a high level, nice rhythm to his game, sees the matchup that he wants, one-on-one outside the numbers, 3rd medium. Again, I think the thing to pay attention to here is watch when he lets this thing go up top. So pause this right there. He pats that thing right there. You can see 14 up top. He's not out of the break yet, right? That is NFL open. I mean, we see it. You saw it a bunch in a bunch of different playoff games, these stop routes working outside the numbers one-on-one. These wide receivers are just that good. That is open. Throw it. So he's playing with anticipation. Love to see it from Goff. Nice throw. Now, about doing it consistently, that's a different subject. But right here, 3rd down, dot. Again, the anticipation and the accuracy beat the good coverage. Good offense beats good defense. You're welcome. Let it wash over you. Tough world to live in as a defensive player, but that's the reality. Great anticipation, nice base, timing, rhythm, decisive, high-level quarterbacking right there. Let's go. Hell yeah. Next one here, 4th and 1, touchdown pass. What a call here. First of all, you got to make sense of the personnel we'll talk about. Then you talk about absolutely, okay, earmuffs me here, absolutely getting scheme ucked. Oh my goodness. Poor 97. Trying to cover Laporta on an in route has got no chance. I mean, great pass protection, world-class design. This is straight up potentially world-class design. It doesn't get better. I'm going to go through this pretty quickly. This is an extra offensive lineman. I'm going to call this 32 heavy personnel. We'll talk about what the hell that means. We've got tight end, and we're going to call another tight end. Okay, that's the first letter. 3 tight ends. The heavy refers to the extra offensive lineman in there. And we're then got a running back, I guess a fullback. Nobody knows. I don't know. I'm sure somebody knows. You probably know if you're a diehard Lions fan. I don't know. We're going to call it a fullback, though. So we're going to go from 32 heavy to shift to bunch nub. Okay, watch the defense. They then have to play man. They're playing man here. This is a very good young tight end. That is number 97. That's it. That's it. That's all. That's it. That's the play. Good luck. And we try to come up here, get a little bit of a rub. We don't even need a rub. That's more of like a zone element. This thing is just gonna. This is always gonna win. I mean, it's always gonna win. And then you pay attention to the play action here in the pocket that we're throwing at. I mean, this is getting scheme, double middle finger, let it wash over you, world-class offensive design, architecture, play calling. I mean, poor 97, right? Fight through a pick, lose leverage. I mean, got no chance. That is brutal. Brutal. Great shift, great design, nice use of personnel. Look at the pass protection. Just a big wad in the center. 3 guys go down. Whoop. Nobody around Goff all day. Dot. Hell yeah. Next one here. This is tough. Tough and lucky. Okay, this certainly could have been an absolute disaster. Okay, they're trying to get that kind of hiccup route we saw CJ Stroud hit, where you're going to lean on the corner, hit that post back across the field. Goff almost makes a bad play a disaster here. In fact, it looks like he wants to make a bad play a disaster. Donald essentially game wrecking us right there. They get fortunate to get back on that ball. There's a lot that could have went sideways right there, and fortunate to get the ball back. So first thing here is just, what are we trying to do? It looks like we're coming up, we're leaning on the corner, and we're trying to get that big post back the other way. Come back out with that little like over and back out. So you're thinking, all right, Goff's thinking he's going to set up and come out here and rip this thing, 50 plus deep down the field, Stroud-ish. And down here to the bottom, I think we get like a little pivot or kind of bailout route. Now 99, again, haven't talked a lot about him today, but for sure, every team that plays the Rams has a plan for 99. He's a game wrecker. So right here, this is a matchup I'm assuming they would love with Sewell on 99, or as good as you could get. 99 just does a good job of going to make a play. This part right here, I think Goff has done such a good job of, when they're playing well, protecting the ball, being smart, not doing stuff like this. And again, the combination of making plays and staying within yourself and avoiding disasters. Just get a little lucky right here. Again, 99's a hell of a player. Run around, make a play. I mean, just can't do that. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. And fortunate to get it back. And then not only get it back, but get a first down on this 3rd and 15. Now, there's a lot to love. Again, the design, the execution, the nuance of some of these plays, outstanding. This is great design. This is taking advantage of two-man, bit of a clown show defensively for the Rams. Guys running into one another, popping wide open on 3rd and 15. So the first thing here, I'm going to pause this thing right here. The first thing that I want you to pay attention to is the offensive line. So everyone is set. Okay, I would bet a lot of money that there is no cadence here. So everyone's set. The center comes up, hangs there for a second, makes his calls, puts his hands on the ball, and snaps it. So you get to alleviate some pass rush. That's the first part. So they're not ready, right? A lot of defensive linemen won't get ready till the center gets ready. Well, if everybody's set and you just put your hand down and snap it silently, you get a little extra start at the beginning. Then scheme-wise here is we are going to go, the point on the bunch is running the deep flag or pylon. He's setting that deep. The number 1, where the ball ends up going, he's running that kind of sail. And then the number 3 is running the flat. So you get that 3-layer element: deep corner, intermediate corner, out, flat. Now the thing here is they're playing against two-man. Okay? 2 safeties deep, man underneath. So these 3 have these 3. Okay, well, that's great on a whiteboard, but in reality, we got guys running into each other. We got all sorts of issues, guys at the same level. It's a clown show over there. So rough right here. Nice job with the pass protection. So first thing here is just watch the process for how the center and how quickly this thing happens. Hand on, go. Snap, go. They're not ready. No pass rush. Again, hand on, go. Now watch up top. DBs run into each other. 2. Whoop. I mean, we got multiple friendly fire picks. And great job by Goff hanging in there, ripping that sail. It's just a well-executed, demoralizing 3rd and 15 conversion. Just beautiful, man. Great pass pro, wide open. Hell yeah. Halftime, you dig the channel and you haven't already, please like, subscribe, hit the bell, get the notifications. I really do appreciate you subscribing to the channel. It means a lot to me, so thank you for taking the time and doing that. Again, the Quarterback School Patreon community, you know about it. Join, become a member, get even more Quarterback School content. We also have Quarterback School courses. Now, these courses are the premium content available through the channel. These are deep dives on my favorite football topics. We have a course on RPOs, tempos, pass protection. The best-selling course is how to beat every coverage. We even have an entire offensive system. So if you enjoy the way that I talk and teach ball, you will love the Quarterback School courses. Hop over there and enroll. The link is in the video description. We also have a bunch of free resources available. Check out those linked in the video description as well. Finally, make sure to follow me across social media platforms. I appreciate your support. As for this video, let's get back to it. Next one here, 3rd and 6. Beautiful job to Amon-Ra St. Brown down here at the bottom. One-on-one, fade, gash him at the line of scrimmage. The dude's just got too much wiggle, too explosive to be able to play like that. And again, I love the aggressiveness. Technically, he's going to be hot here, but it doesn't matter because he gets the ball out so quickly. And again, the guy's coming from a little bit of depth, so it's never going to be a factor. Again, press. Just take a peek here. You can see the matchup. Press. Our dude. Great. Gap him at the line of scrimmage. Stealing. I think the guy who's going to be free is right here. Coming from depth. You got all sorts of time. I mean, that's too easy for a veteran guy like Goff. Great job seeing it. Again, I love the aggressiveness, the decisiveness, the precision, the rhythm. Doesn't get hit. Goes to the right matchup. There's just so much to like about how they're playing offense. You know, maybe you'd love the back to be a little bit more stout there as you step up. Whoop, and get pulled there. My goodness. Boom. Beautiful throw. Great route. Great release. Massive chunk play. Hell yes. Again, St. Brown doing work, this time in the slot. I mean, poor 97. Not going to function in space like that. Rough day coverage-wise. There's no way. I mean, that just can't be the matchup that LA wants. He's in there probably running some iteration of a choice or an option, and that's just too easy. I mean, Goff can't get the ball out of his hand fast enough. Again, it's about being, multiple in matchups. 97. 14. That's it. Like that, it doesn't matter anything else. There is no answer. So he comes up here, he tries to get his hands on, and there's just whoop. That's pitch and catch, man. That's routes on air for these guys. It's beautiful. It's a great job of offensive architecture, play calling to create that space, especially if they're going to match like this. Like watch the Mike linebacker go at the back. Creates even more space. I mean, it's never going to work defensively. And that's a great job from Goff. Beautiful call. Again, great job finding the matchup, creating the matchup with the design, the architecture, and then the play calling to let it rip. Hell yeah. Next one here, 3rd and 4, just under 8 minutes left to go, 4th quarter. I thought this was one of the very few poor throws from Goff. And I really think his feet let him down here. He, be a little hard to see here as we get pulled, but we'll talk about, this is the stop route that he threw earlier in the game with great anticipation. So again, you like the matchup. I like both their wide receivers one-on-one outside the numbers. You're going to throw this thing with anticipation. It's usually 3 no hitch, maybe a shuffle and a reset. But I want you to really pay attention to the back of his drop. So when he hits that back of his drop and is lined up in his throwing position, I think he's done a really nice job all game of having all his cleats in the ground, being settled, playing on time with rhythm. Watch how it's just kind of like you see this little like da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, like you see his heel go up and down. Just a little bit of wasted movement, and now that thing's a sky mail. So watch the feet from Goff. Da-da-da. It's just real subtle. Right there. Da-da-da. It's like he lifts it up and down. Da-da-da. And then he just doesn't quite trust it. And the ball comes out high. Now, again, if he would let it go on time, so for me, on time would be right there, right when his foot's in the ground, throw it. That's just like he threw it the last time. On time with anticipation. Now, again, the accuracy to me is going to be tethered by the wasted movement with his feet, his lower half. Again, just watch his back heel right to the left of the pole. So there it is in the ground, all those cleats in the ground. Now watch it go up, whoop, and back down. It's hard to play like that with anticipation on these quick games, intermediate timing throws. Then that thing comes out sideways. We're punting. Last 2 here, both come in the 4-minute situational ball here. We're trying to get first down, stay in bounds. I thought it was pretty bold for them to throw it at all, let alone on 2nd down twice. This is a hell of a job from the back, making somebody miss, getting a first down, staying in bounds. I would make the argument here that this read is not correct. Now, that might be counterintuitive to you because you're like, well, look at the result. Well, you don't know the result. Maybe you know 97's out there. You're not going to make a play. But this to me is spot basic up top. So what is that? That means that here's that little spot or snag. It's paired with an in, and it's with a flat. Okay, this read universally is usually off the flat defender first. So what is the flat defender doing? So if the flat defender hangs inside of the spot, well, then we want to throw it out to the flat. If the flat defender gets width, okay, then we want to work the spot. So it essentially starts with the flat defender. If he gets width, then it really goes to the mic, right? Because we've got the spot here with the basic. So essentially it's flat defender first. He gets width. Now what does the mic do? If he gets width too, then we need to hit the basic. But if the flat defender gets width, you really don't want to throw the flat. That's not the design of it, the intent of it. Well, right here, the flat defender gets width. We throw the flat defender just can't make the tackle. And we're having trouble tackling all weekend for these defenses on Super Wildcard. So again, you can see the spot, right? Like the spot, the number 1 up top, that's the throw. Tough. But I mean, we're rewarded for being aggressive. Great job putting the brakes on and getting vertical and getting a first down too. I mean, I love the boldness to throw it at all. Then the ability to overcome maybe a bit of a rough read to just allow your guys to be dudes out there and go get you a first down. And then the last one here to ice this thing, coming out of the 2-minute, we're going to hit St. Brown down here at the slot. He's just going to run right through the nickel, get physical with him. Love seeing DBs cry about getting pushed. Again, this is a bold play call. You got essentially 2 downs for a first down and ice this thing. I love the idea of, first of all, being aggressive and throwing it. The next thing is here is take your matchup. You're going to get one-on-one. Run right at the sticks. Get physical. Love how this guy plays. Up here, physical through the DB. Get the depth that you need, and the ball's on the body on the break. And it's a first down, and we just won a playoff game at home. Hell yes. Again, I don't know if anybody's shocked necessarily by the play call, by the aggressiveness. I still think it's cool when it's rewarded like this. Again, that's a big boy route down here to the bottom. Watch him engage and blow through that guy. Boom. Great separation at the top. Nice job by Goff being on time, giving his guy a chance. That is a big, big completion. Lined up to the left. Good throw. Hell yes. So that is a wrap. Jared Goff, massive win at home. So cool for that city. Seemed like a really great environment on the broadcast as well. Playing wise, this offense, man, it's been something to watch, to appreciate. I think it's got a great unit up front. See those skill guys come into their own. See Jared Goff kind of capture and rise and elevate that moment. Make the most out of that thing, especially down the stretch on throws where they needed that to close that thing out. It was really cool. It really was a special game. I'm excited to see if they can keep this thing going, get another home game. Pretty awesome. Thank you so much for hanging to the end. I will see you next time. Have a good one.